Hello there! After my last top 10 video, I decided to make another list of my favorite personal mecha designs. So I narrowed it down to just the 10 best designs of my choice. And I'm sure some of you will disagree and crucify me in the comment section, but regardless, I would like to know your own personal best mecha designs in the comment section below. So without any further ado, let us begin. Number 10, Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 GP01 Sephiron. The Sephiron retains that original Gundam aesthetic with a less vibrant color scheme, making it look more militaristic and less toyetic. It also retains the core fighter transformation, and the upgrade to the Furburner isn't an over-the-top crazy design either. What can I say? It has a minimalistic feel to its design that I find appealing. Number 9. The Blue Comet Leisner. The Blue Comet Leisner is a design that is similar to a Gundam. I mean, look at that red shin. But joking aside, the most standout about this design is the cockpit is right in the head. Something that usually you see on Super Robot. But the best part about the SPT Leisner, it's his overall aerodynamic design that really makes it stand out. And even though he gets an upgrade, I still believe that the first version of the SPT Leisner still looks much more better. Number 8. The VF-S. I love jets. I love the F-35 Lightning II from Lockheed Martin, the F-22 Raptor. And it's probably one of the primary reasons why I love the Skull Leader design from Macross. Its distinguished head, the transformation of all the Valkyries in Macross, which was brilliant. And that's something you can expect from Kawamori. That guy is a genius. Another thing that makes the Skull Leader stand out among all the others is that Jolly Roger logo. The black and yellow colors that highlights how beautiful this Valkyrie is. Definitely my favorite of all the Macross fighter jets is the Skull Leader from the original Macross. Number 7. RGM-78 GM Sniper White Dingo Custom. One of my favorite Gundam games of all times is the Dreamcast Gundam Rise to the Ashes, which featured the beautiful GM Sniper, which first debuted in Gundam 0080. In the game, it gives us the white dingo colors, which gives it a better looking design overall. It's that white and blue color scheme. Definitely one of my favorite grunt or cannon fodder designs from the Federation. Since the design is not overly complicated, it's kind of simple and it's built to do one job. Snipe the crap out of any Sion scum that they see. And I love that green visor and how it looks. I love how it uses the shield for stability to take a quick snipe. And the other thing that I like about this design is that headpiece that gives you like a scope to further improve the accuracy. I don't know if it's the nostalgia goggles or what it is, but I really love this design. Number 6. The Scope Dog from Armored Troopers Votoms. Another of my favorite Ryusuke Takahashi series, designed by Kunio Okawara. Its design is far more realistic. When you see it in action, you think, yeah, this can actually work in real life. It has wheels, it can dash through the battlefield. I love how the pilot is in the cockpit and looks very uncomfortable. It brings some sort of little of realism to it, you know? But that's not the only thing. The design for the Scope Dog is very customizable, especially the red shoulder. And the Scope Dog has tons of different armaments that it can be equipped with. When you look at the Scope Dog, you look at something that can actually function in real life. It's not that big either, it's kind of small. It's literally a walking bipedal tank. And that's one of the reasons I really love this design. Hell, and the series in general. If you haven't seen Votoms, by the way, it's available on the streaming services called High Dive and VRV, so don't miss out. Number 5. The Texukyoji from Panzer World Gallant. Yet another work from Ryusuke Takahashi. The Texukyoji's design was created by Yutaka Itsubushi, who also worked on the design of the High New Gundam. More on that later. The design for the Gallant, the red and white color scheme, mesh well together. Its night looking style that it has really captivates me because I'm a sucker for that design, you know. Additionally, another plus that this unit has is that it also transforms into a flying unit. And to make this unit even more formidable, it has wheels, which is kind of reminiscent of Votom's Scope Dog. Plus another badass thing that this mecha has is that his sword can break apart into little pieces and be used as funnels and strike at the enemy in different areas. If you guys ever play Soul Calibur and you know Ivy from Soul Calibur and her great assets, you know what I mean, then this move will look very familiar to you. But I digress. Panzer World Galleon's design is just simply one of my favorites. That, like I said earlier, aesthetic knight design is just chef's kiss. Number 4. From Super Road Wars, Third Glimmer. Keeping with the knightly aesthetic, Third Glimmer from Super Road Wars, when it first debuted in Super Road Wars Alpha Gaiden, it captivated me immediately. The design was just out of this world. I loved it. I loved that it had shoulder drills. Well, it wasn't really shoulder drills, they were kind of on the backpack, but I digress. The entire aesthetic of this unit screamed of a holy knight that has fallen, like a dark knight, better said, and I really love it. And I remember falling in love with the character, the pilot as well, Sanger Sunbolt, and overall, this design is just simply one of my favorites, and it has a giant sword. And I love the fact that in the Super Wars Original Generations video game that was released for the PlayStation 2, even gave it a brand new attack that was kind of, I think it was called the Sword of the Cosmos. Look at that thing, how huge it is. That's what she said. Now, I may be a little bit biased because I am a sucker for knight style designs, but man, the Third Glimmer definitely deserves to be on the top 4 of this list. Number 3, the Hi-Nu Gundam. When talking about Gundam designs, I think one of my favorite ones is definitely the Hi-Nu Gundam. Not the mid-2000s Izubushi redesign, no, that one looks ugly. I mean the original novel version one, the bulky, very thick, meaty Hi-Nu Gundam. That's my favorite version. And thankfully we got a proper master grade, the Verka from Hajime Katoki, that gave the world the bulky, thick, meaty version of a Hi-Nu Gundam. There's also a Robodamashi Hi-Nu Gundam that's equally bulky, but I'm getting sidetracked here. One of the reasons I love this design is because of the color and the aesthetics. I love how the Hi-Nu Gundam has this insane mega bazooka that's tremendously huge. I love how the face aesthetics resembles a lot the original RX-78, and the head design doesn't differ that much from the RX-93 new Gundam. But you know what? My real hope is that in the future, we get to see Bertolchica's children fully animated. Just to see the thick, bulky boy versus the thick cockroach that is the Nightingale. Number 2, the LED Mirage from 5 Star Stories. The LED LED Mirage from 5 Star Story only appears in the manga and not in the one-shot OVA. But the OVA is pretty good. It has the Gold Knight and it has a fantastic animation, but it just doesn't do justice to the manga. So again, read the manga. It's definitely one of my favorite designs, mostly because it has that knight paladin aesthetic look to it. The white color complemented by the red and the small areas of gold, and has that majestic look of a royal knight that is very intimidating and no one should really mess with it. It has a gigantic ass cannon called the Infernal Napalm, which is close to 100 foot long. Jesus, that's twice as big as a LED Mirage, which is why it's considered one of the strongest mortar heads in 5 Star Stories. Definitely go ahead and check out the manga, you won't regret it. It's a fantastic story by Mamoru Nagano. And number 1, the MSZ-006 Zeta Gundam. The design for the Zeta Gundam has a special place in my heart, for being one of the most original Gundam designs out of all the others in the Universal Century timeline, and for being the first transformable mobile suit in Gundam. It is the sleek aerodynamic design and the Wave Rider mode that makes this Gundam look incredibly impressive to me. The colors not being too intense, even though it's using the classic red, white, and blue Gundam colors. And there's many different variations of the Zeta Gundam and the Zeta Gundam colors. But despite all that, the original Zeta Gundam is still my favorite design regardless. I love the Zeta Gundam design so much that I have various model kits from it. The Master Grade version 2, the real grade Zeta Gundam, and the original high grade Zeta Gundam. I even have the Bill Fighters Try Lightning Zeta Gundam, which is also one of the best redesigns from that horrible show. So yes, Zeta Gundam is definitely my number one, and will probably be for a long time. I think forever. With that being said, guys, this was my personal list for top 10 mecha designs. I really want to know, what are your favorite mecha designs? Go ahead and drop that list on the comment section below so I can read it, and maybe I'll do a video in the future commenting about your likes and your mecha designs. Hell, I might even find something that I may like. Who knows? With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all later. Peace.